Hey friends, welcome back to Watavue Mountain. You guessed it, we're back at the mountain today. Many of you might have seen or commented on this video. We did a short about this Ecoflow Delta 3600 watt hour portable power station running this air conditioner, and we got a ton of comments. I mean a ton of comments. Some good, some bad. You didn't run it long enough, the compressor wasn't on, there's no way that's doing that, or to the other extreme, it should be lower, you had to have something else running, all kinds of comments, and we appreciate that. It's been great. So because of all those comments and all those questions, we decided, as the title describes, we're going to go ahead and do a long test and actually see how it goes. So yeah, so that's what we're up to today. Check out the short if you just want to see the short, but we're going to break it down to the nitty-gritty today. So thanks for coming, thanks for checking us out. As always, we're blessed to have you along with us. We're blessed to be able to do these kinds of projects and do these kinds of things and have an air conditioner in the mini cabin. As you see, I'm already sweating. I've only been here like an hour. But it's all good. Everything is good. God is good, and He treats us all well. You just got to let Him treat you well and reciprocate it back to God, and you'll receive His blessings. But enough of me jabbering. Let me stop talking. Let's get to busy. So as you can see, I have one plug plugged in here. It's to this LED light. But if you look, when I turn it on, it's pulling 0. I mean, it's literally, that's how efficient this little LED light is. Air conditioner plug right here. So you see we're at 100%. We got 4 days. We're pulling out 0 watts. Okay? I'm going to turn this off for just a second. You see the light went off. I'm going to plug this in. Just for safety I do that, because I don't want to short out this Ecoflow Delta. I'm going to crack this on. You hear the air conditioner firing up. And there it goes. So right now that's only set at 70 degrees. And I don't know how well you can tell. I might have to zoom in on this. It's just me, so I don't have Sean here to help. Well, I'm just going to unplug this. I'm not messing with that light. I think you can see me just fine. Right now we're at 182 watts for our output. So we'll give it a couple minutes. Maybe I'll do a time lapse. Maybe I'll just sit here till it kicks up, and then I'll flip it back on if it does kick back on. That's the thing, I don't know because I didn't look at it when the actual compressor's on, because I'm not an air conditioner guy. I mean, right now I feel cold air coming out of there, so I don't know if the air compressor's on or not on, or whatever you call it. I don't guess it's an air compressor, it's just a compressor. But you can hear it, it's kicking on, it's running. We're staying right at about 180 watts, and it says we have 15 hours. Okay. Now the fan just kicked up. I don't know if you heard that, but the watts actually went down. Now we're at about 160 watts. Air's not any cooler, it's just coming out faster because that air conditioner is set on automatic. So it's automatically going to kick on and do what it's got to do to get us down to 70 degrees. We'll let this keep running. If that kicks up above that 160, 180, then I'll come back and we'll take a look. That didn't take long. Compressor kicked on. Now you can see, well, there's a little smudge on the glass. We're up to 675 watts coming out. So significantly more than the 150 or 160, and even more than most of our comments. Most of our comments said it should be 400 or 500. It says it's an Energy Star air conditioner, but I don't know if that's very energy efficient or not. But we're at 682, 687, so we're hanging right there. And as you can see here, we went from, I think it said 15 hours down to 4 hours. So that significantly changes as that compressor kicks on. So let me see, it's 12:26 right now. We'll see how long this compressor runs before it kicks back down, and then where we stand with the Ecoflow Delta then. Right at 20 minutes, we're still running about 750 watts going out. We've used 7%. So, I don't know, you can do that math. It says 3 hours, but it seems like it should be longer than that. If we're only running 7% in 20 minutes, 7, 20, 40, 60, 7, 40, 20% an hour. Yeah, maybe that's right. 24 to 60% an hour. Yep. No, 7, 14, 21. So 21% an hour is about what we're using. So we'll see. We'll let it keep running. Come back and check on it in a few more minutes. All right, as you can see, it's 121, 1321. For those who know, you know. So it's almost been an hour of that compressor running, and it sucked it down. So we're back down to 160 watts. So that's just the fan blowing, and we've used about 20% of the battery. So if you do that math, 20% in 1 hour, kind of what we predicted at the beginning, right? We were going to use 20% an hour. Now, the temperature's not 70 degrees in here right now. It's about 74 in here. So we're pretty close, so I guess that's why it kicked back down to the fan. But as you see now, we're back up to 13 hours. So obviously this is going to be dependent on several factors, right? How hot it is outside, how hot it is in here, so how hard it has to work over time, which is kind of a no-brainer. But again, because when we tried the other experiment, I think it was 88 degrees in here, and I just turned it on and turned it off, and I was like, oh look, it works. I'm just happy that the Ecoflow Delta will run this window air conditioner, because this is just a temporary unit. I got it. We've had lots of comments about get a mini split. Yeah, we're eventually going to do that, but right now this is our sole power source for everything. So until we spend the money on the solar system, all the panels and the batteries, really the batteries are what's going to kill us, as you know, if you know anything about solar. So we're using this, and so we're just happy that this will run this through the night. We can use the gas generator to run everything. Oh, look at that. I guess the air conditioner's satisfied. I didn't even plan that. That it's 70 degrees in here according to the air conditioner. So now we're back down to 79%, and we got 3 days. So again, I don't think I'm going to end this right here. I think I'm going to let this keep running for a few more hours and keep piddling, and then we'll come back and we'll see where we're at. As you can see, I'm sitting here in the office and I'm editing this video right now, and I realized that I got distracted and I never did a closeout for this to tell you what actually happened. So here it is. We averaged that 20%, about 21% for the next several hours. It really ended up lasting about 4.5 hours altogether. I think that first hour was the roughest, as you would probably expect. And took the most because the compressor kicked on. I had to get it down from, I think it was about 82 or 83 when we first started. I don't think I ever said in this video what the actual temperature was when we started. And then got it down to about 70 degrees in there. So that first hour, just like when you kick on your when you kick on your refrigerator for the first time, right? It's going to pull a lot more power for that first couple hours until it gets everything cooled off inside that refrigerator and your freezer. Then after that, only when the compressor kicks on is it going to pull that power. And that's what we saw here with the window unit. Was that first hour, we pulled down that 21%, and then because I kept working, I think, in the cabin with doing other videos and doing other projects, I kept heating the place back up. The compressor kept kicking back on. The air conditioner kept kicking back on. But we ended up lasting longer than the 3 hours that it initially told us. Like I said, we ended at about 4.5 hours. And then I just hooked the window unit to, you guessed it, the gas generator, just like some of the comments said. So yeah, so really pleased. Like I said, you know, we're just happy that this can run the air conditioner, at least get us going, possibly get us through the night, especially if we run that all day long on the gas generator, and then at night we can just plug it into the Ecoflow, and then the Ecoflow will run it throughout the night, and at least get us till the morning. Now we might end up zapping out the batteries on that Ecoflow, and time will tell. In theory though, they're lithium ion phosphate batteries, and they like to be drained to zero. So we'll test it out, and if we have any issues with that and we start having troubles with the Ecoflow batteries, we'll definitely come back and do another video and let you know. And like I addressed in this video, yes, eventually we're going to do a mini split or something else that doesn't draw, well, the mini split will draw as much power, but we'll have a better power source. So I won't worry about as much, but we're also looking at some geothermal and some other ideas to keep this place cool. The problem is the humidity is so high here that some of these other systems won't work. Some of these ground tube systems and stuff like that where you just circulate the air won't work as well because the humidity is so high. So so we're looking at all our options for that. But super pleased with this, and think that it's going to be a good temporary solution, at least to get us through this summer, and then hopefully through the fall and the winter, and next spring we can either, you know, pump up the solar panel system or come up with a whole different solution altogether. So as always, thanks for coming. Thanks for checking us out. We're absolutely blessed. We're thankful that so many people are so interested in this kind of content, and we love sharing it. And like I said, I'm not an electrician. I'm not a super smart guy on all these batteries and all this stuff. It was just, you know, something that we did out of necessity, not really to teach you anything. And this video is more just to show you than to teach you. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And again, we're blessed that you're with us, blessed we can do it, and blessed that God has put all these things and you in our lives. So thanks for coming. Thanks for checking us out. As always, if you like what we're doing, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon. It's going to be over that way somewhere. Look up this way. We're going to post a new video, probably something related to the mini cabin build. And until next time, be safe. God bless.